Hi everyone, it's Alicia Malcolm Anderson here for ACE Sports Clinic. And today I would love to offer you a yoga practice. It's a yoga practice that I just put together as a way of being with uncertainty. So I've called the practice today MetamorphACEsis as a short ritual that you can bring to your day to energize and ground and maybe just get a little activated if you're feeling a little stuck. A little stuck in your energy and you want to move and you have great intentions and maybe you're judging yourself or beating yourself up for not being as active as you'd like or being as productive as you'd like or whatever you think is expected or required of you. So in this practice, I will offer you meditation, some movement, and a mantra. So just some phrases that we can repeat just to sort of affirm some grounding thoughts that may be helpful to you. So let's start with breathing, just being mindful of our breathing. So you can come to your mat or just to the floor or wherever it's comfortable for you. I'm just enjoying this radiant and warm candle and just appreciating the smell and the warmth. It's beautiful. So you might want to light a candle as well. This is a good practice that you might even want to do in the morning. There's a little bit of breathing towards the end that could sort of energize you, but it's good for any time of the day that you feel you want to generate a bit of momentum. So we can come to our mat or cushions and just lay on the floor. Maybe you have your knees bent, maybe you have cushions underneath your knees, so you could just relax your legs. Gently just placing your hand on your belly below the navel, another hand on your chest, and just taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just taking a deep breath in, feeling how you're breathing as you breathe out, and just letting the breath flow in and out. I'm going to be talking, but just continue your process of mindful breathing, feeling how does uncertainty, when you don't know what the outcome of the situation is, especially when you can't control that outcome, how does that feel in your body? Does that feel like shallow breathing? Does it feel like a pause in breathing? Can you maybe extend the exhale, making it longer than your inhale? Does that uncertainty show up as a lump in your throat or a tightness in your throat? Does it show up as breathing up into your shoulders? Can you maybe find a sense of heaviness in your spine, heaviness of your head and your shoulders in towards the floor? A melting of the chest and the shoulders in towards the floor. And maybe a spreading of the tongue and the mouth. allowing the tension just to dissolve from the tip of the tongue as you allow your breath just to move in through your nose and out through your nose. Just sending the breath out to look for traces of uncertainty in the body. How is uncertainty speaking to you in your body? And how can we meet it with the breath? Not necessarily trying to push it away with willpower and resistance, but just bringing a gentle breath to what feels like uncertainty in our body. So now we just can, with ease, just move towards our front. And stretching the arms out by the sides. We're going to move into a spinal twist here, but still very grounded. I'm going to bend the left knee and reach the toes up towards the ceiling while still pressing the pubic bone down and towards the floor. So we feel a sense of activation in the back of the leg and the glutes, and then reaching the toes over towards the right hand. I'm going to look away and look to my left hand, maybe even push the floor away, and just taking a deep breath here. Feeling a stretch into the shoulder. There shouldn't be any pain in the spine here or in the shoulder. And then reaching the right foot up. So just activating the glute first. And then peeling the body away from the floor, reaching towards the left hand, staying active in the back of the leg. Maybe pushing away here. So you might even start this practice in bed, just kicking the sheets off and just starting with these gentle, mindful movements. Reaching your foot towards your hand. So you might choose to do 5 to each side here, or just 4 in total if you want a shorter practice. And then just pushing up here into child's pose. Five deep breaths in. We could take the hands and stack fists under the forehead. Letting the belly fill into the top of the thighs. And exhale, releasing the belly. From here, we can just swing the feet to the side and come into side sitting, and then split the legs apart with the left foot just resting on top of the right thigh, just in front. So from here, we'll just take our right hand through the space for thread the needle, just through the left, to the left side of the body, exhaling as you reach through, aiming your right shoulder towards the floor. And inhaling to unwind, and then reaching up with the left hand up and over towards your right ankle. Placing the hand back down on the floor, inhale. Turning the chest, turning the rib cage. Exhale as you reach through. Inhale up and over. So I'll repeat 3 on this particular exercise. You might choose to stay for 5. Exhale. And inhale. And then we can repeat the other side. So just a gentle windshield wiper of the knees. And then resting the knees over to one side, to the opposite side. Inhale. Exhale as you reach through the space. Taking your shoulder towards the floor. And then reaching for the back ankle. Inhaling up and over, just gliding the shoulder blade down. Taking the hand back down to the floor. Inhale. Just like you're reaching around a big beach ball. Turning your chest towards your elbow. Inhaling up and over. And you may choose to stay for 5 repetitions. I'll just complete this one here. And then we can come to long sitting. And just take the hands underneath the legs, anywhere on the legs that feels comfortable for you. Maybe underneath your heels, maybe at the edge of your feet. And we're going to try and push the feet away, keeping a flat back. Gesturing the back of the knees towards the floor. Keeping the sides of the body long and the spine flat. And just taking 5 breaths here. Breathing into your belly, letting your belly press into the top of your thighs. And with each exhale, maybe pressing the heels away from you. Maybe lifting the tailbone up towards the space behind you. And if it feels comfortable to do so and you have more movement available, maybe you rest your forehead on your knees or your chin on your knees. And then taking the hands back behind the body, fingers pointing away. And just bend the knees in. And then pressing the feet into the floor, tucking the tailbone. If you have the shoulder movement available here, you can be at any stage of this movement that feels okay for your shoulders. Maybe pressing all the way up. And just exploring that movement as you just activate the back of the legs, opening up the chest and the heart space, opening up to new possibilities, opening up to find that love and compassion for yourself and for those around you. Just opening up to whatever challenges you may be personally faced with. And then from here, we can walk our hands forward. Maybe the toes are just slightly angled out, and the knees are out so that the knees are just on top of the ankles. And then from here, I'm just going to place my elbows just inside my knees, gently pressing out, shoulder blades slightly anchored down. And I'm just going to rise up out of my seat so that this becomes an active pose, an active position. So I'm not just sinking passively into this posture. And I'm going to take 5 deep breaths here. Just see how this feels. If it's uncomfortable for your hip, you might choose to lie onto your back. Alternatively, maybe holding on to your heels, lying on your back, and just seeing what's available to you in your hips and what feels comfortable for your hips today. So now I'm going to start breathing practice just to bring a bit more energy to the practice. And this will also help to activate pelvic floor and coordinate the diaphragmatic movement. So I'll start by just gently blowing out my nose. You don't have to do this if you haven't already blown your nose today. So as I blow out, I'm allowing my pelvic floor to rise up. And as I just naturally let the breath come back in, I'm allowing my pelvic floor just to relax. So and then I just take a breath there. So please don't get carried away with that one and make yourself pass out. But it's just a nice one to practice, just to bring a little bit of energy if you're feeling a bit flat. And from here, we'll just let ourselves relax and bring our hands down to the floor. If you have osteoporosis or a sensitive spine, you might choose to lay a couple blankets down here just to make the surface a little bit softer, or you might choose to just hold the first option that I'm going to provide for you. So the first option here is just to tilt the pelvis and then bring one leg up into tabletop, holding on at the back of the knee, and then holding the other leg up in place next to it. Gently rolling the shoulders back and just sending your eye gaze towards your toes. So you want to feel your lower abdomen holding you here in place. Okay, so option 1 would be to stay here. Option 2, we can go for a bit of a roll. So we might just hug the knees in and roll like a ball. So you want to try and keep the spine round, slightly tilting your head, so keeping the chin tucked in. So now you might be looking towards your thighs. Inhale, exhale. So bringing a bit of playfulness to our practice, bringing a bit of playfulness to our life when it can get kind of serious. And if you can, try not to use as much momentum as I am. So we want to try and control our spine a little bit, but you know, as we're practicing and exploring new things, sometimes we just have to let go of trying to control the things that we have always been in control of. So I hope you enjoyed that short practice today. Just a few movements or 5 movements to bring some groundedness and energy to your day. So you might just choose to roll back onto the floor here just for a moment, maybe resting with a bolster or cushions or blankets underneath your knees, and maybe a cushion for your head if that makes you feel more comfortable and supported. And then just bringing your hand back to your belly and back to your chest, and just checking in with the flow and the ease of your breath, and if there's more ability to maybe breathe into your belly and a little less into the throat and into the chest. And maybe just closing your eyes here, and you can choose to either say this out loud or just hear it for yourself. And I'm just going to repeat it one time, or say it one time. You might choose to repeat it 5 times. You might choose to make a list of some things, which I'll get to at the end. So you might want to bring your journal or a pen and paper over shortly. So life is uncertain, and it's always been uncertain. I am certain life is change. I am certain I am life. I am certain I can change. I choose who I am becoming. Okay, just one more time. I'll read it again. Life is uncertain. It has always been uncertain. I am certain life is change. I am certain I am life. I am certain I can change. I choose who I am becoming. So maybe there's 5 ways of being that you'd really like to bring to life. Maybe it's something you already are. Maybe it's something that you really admire. Maybe it's something you're really grateful for. When it's available and accessible to you, maybe it's something you're really grateful for when somebody else expresses that quality. So 5 qualities, 5 ways of being that you think would benefit you right now, and would bring more ease and stability, or access to you as we move through these uncertain times. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that this was a useful practice for you. And thank you for joining me through our metamorphosis, yours and mine, no matter where we are in our process.